voices of the teachers of the province of Ontario, and I stand here proud before Queen's Park, and say, I am proud to be a teacher in the province of Ontario!
Not everyone feels this pride. Teachers do because we understand the true value of education. To Mike Harris and his deputies, education is merely a budgetary item waiting to be trimmed, and Bill 160 is the perfect vehicle.
This is the day on which we stop the inexcusable slide in the quality of our schools.
What really, really ticks me off is that he can stand there and say he's doing it for children. Yes. And I mean, sorry, as a teacher, I find that really offensive, but as a parent, that just really, really bothers me.
The whole structure on which a society was based has now been, is in effect being legislated away, and they're saying, here's a new set of values, this is the structure we're going to build on this new base. And a lot of people are saying, hey, just a minute, I like that old base. That base is important for all these reasons, and I'm not going to give that up without a fight.
When democracy is threatened, we respond. We get political. There's no other way.
There was a time not very long ago when I think teachers didn't even think about those major issues because they didn't see them as important. And I think one of the results of this protest is that it has made teachers stop and think about what teaching is all about. And I think most of all, it has said to us, are you going to get out there and do something about it, or are you going to sit and complain? And we went out and did something about it, and I don't think we're going to stop. I enjoyed it so much. I loved every second of it. I'm going back out to do it again.
I'm on the bus today because I want to protect the public education system in this province.
Teachers know the only cure for democracy is more democracy. The more Harris tries to twist our democratic protest into something bad, the more it grows. It's fundamental. Something that goes to the heart of what we are as a society, to the meaning of democracy itself.
But we will stand up, and we will protect our students, and we will protect our profession, and we will protect the future of the province of Ontario from a government who is bent on destroying the very infrastructure that has made us what we are today, the strongest province in the best country in the face of the economies of the world and in terms of its social programs. We won't be stopped. There is too much at stake today.
I remember a couple of occasions with enormous pride. And one of them was the day that we marched up from the cathedral to Queen's Park. That was a very special day and felt tremendous pride in being a teacher, being a Catholic teacher in Ontario on that day. And also the day that we went from the Maple Leaf Gardens and we went over to Queen's Park with the candles. That was another wonderful, wonderful experience. And I remember going home and having people smile at me because I was wearing my buttons. And I find increasingly when I wear all my regalia, people will say to me, oh, you must be a teacher, and they smile. And there was a time not so long ago when I would not have wanted to tell anybody in the public that I was a teacher. There wasn't that pride in being a teacher that I think that protest has given us, and I think it was worth it for that alone, if for nothing else.
Anybody who took part in that protest will never be the same again in some way, because it was such a crisis, and we all had to pull together and have a plan of action, and we did that, and we did it very well. And because of that, it's gone down in history as being the largest political protest in North American history, and that's quite an achievement.
Democracy guarantees the right to free speech, freedom of thought, and freedom of assembly. Sadly, it doesn't guarantee leaders who will listen to us and act on the will of the people. So Harris used his power to get his own way, and Bill 160 became law.
And I'm appalled at a government that would turn around to people and say, in one of the wealthiest places in the world, we need
to lower expectations for children. We need to narrow their horizons. We need to dim the light.
There's no doubt who are the casualties of Bill 160, Ontario's 2 million boys and girls who come to school every day to learn. These children, along with their parents and teachers, are the targets of this ill-conceived legislation. But Mike Harris's smugness may be short-lived. The day is not far off when the Premier will have to stand before all the people of Ontario and ask for our support. That's when he'll discover that teachers have a different vision for Ontario.
This time, I'm going to work my ass off in trying to unseat Harris and his cronies at Queen's Park. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that he is not elected again.